I've got the blues, I've got the alcoholic blues. No more beer, my heart to cheer. Goodbye, whiskey, you used to make me frisky. So long, highball, so long, gin. Oh, tell me when you're coming back again. Blues, I've got the blues, since the amputated my blues. Lordy, Lordy, war is swell. You know, I don't have to tell. Oh, I've got the alcoholic blues, some blues. Prohibition, that's the name. Prohibition drives me insane. I'm so thirsty, soon I'll die. I simply grind, evaporate, I just that dry. I wouldn't mind to live forever in a train if my thirst had only let me quench, and not with Bevo or ginger ale. I want real stuff by the pail.
You're very exceptionary. No dictionary can define what's genuinely indescribable. Very exceptionary. No ordinary phrase can capture you. Now some might say that you're tremendous. You are so much more stupendous, so magnificent, so magnanimous. If we voted, it'd be unanimous. Very exceptionary. This temporary phrase we'll have to do. It's true for my very exceptionary you. Exceptionary. No dictionary can define what's genuinely indescribable. Very exceptionary. No ordinary phrase can capture you. Now some might say that you're tremendous. You are so much more stupendous, so magnificent, so magnanimous. If we voted, it'd be very exceptionary. This temporary phrase will have to do, it's true, for my very exceptionary. For my very exceptionary you.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of This Is News with your host, the bartender. I will be introducing my co-host, but before I get to that, let me read to you guys the random read of the night. Tonight's random read, actually for me, this random read right here just blew my mind, man. It's actually comes from the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verses 1 through 5. A man with a measuring line. I lifted up mine eyes again and looked, and behold, a man with a measuring line in his hand. Then said I, Whither goest thou? And he said unto me, To measure Jerusalem, to see what is the breadth thereof, and what is the length thereof. And behold, the angel that talked with me went forth, and another angel went out to meet him, and said unto him, Run, speak to this young man, saying, Jerusalem shall be inhabited as towns without walls, for the multitude of men and cattle therein. For I, saith the Lord, will be unto her a wall of fire round about, and will be the glory in the midst of her. What a beautiful random read, man. Once again, this random read comes from the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, verses 1 through 5. A man with a measuring line. So the reason why I say that this random read, at least for me, was very, very assuring and mind-blowing to me was because being these difficult times that we're going through right now, and I can foresee things getting worse. I've been praying to God to, protect not only me, but also my home and my family and everybody on our block. And having that random read just picked out today blew my mind. And I started rejoicing and calling out the Lord's name, man. I was so happy. I was so happy. So anyhow, let's go ahead and introduce my co-host. Hold on for a moment. Let me just make sure everything here is set. Yes, there he is. Mr. C, come out of the midst.
I will come out of the midst and into your presence. Hello. How's it going, sir?
It's going well, man. It's going well. I wasn't really able to catch your show. I caught your show right when you were showing Hank Johnson, dude.
I saw you there, dude. You were talking.
Right, I was there right when you started playing Hank Johnson, dude, and it was weird, bro, because I was trying to get you on Rumble earlier, but for some odd reason, the Rumble wouldn't pop up.
Oh.
And then I went to Foxhole, and there was Hank Johnson, and
Hank Johnson.
He was talking about Guam, and I said, "Wow, I heard Hank Johnson and came here."
You were summoned by Hank Johnson and his wasted space, sir. That's funny, yeah. But yeah, no, yeah. He was part of a hearing on election misinformation. Can you imagine that? So he was looking to add more to his gag reel, and he was talking about kooks.
So wait. He's part of a committee for that?
Apparently so. I mean, he's best friends of everyone who's a moron on that committee. You know, Carolyn Maloney, Jamie Raskin. So yeah, he just comes out and he does his line. He confuses the hell out of the Rhino Cochise County, Arizona election director, Lisa Mara. I mean, they're both clearly on the same side, right? But
Mhm.
Lisa can't figure out if he's a good guy or a bad guy because he keeps on going, the kooks, the kooks. He's like, do you view kooks as human? And she doesn't know what the hell this guy's doing.
He doesn't talk like that.
That's
You're-
go. You saw the video. Were you there whenever he
Yeah,
was doing it? Yes, he was saying that. He was like, "Do so you no doubt." She's like, we don't distinguish between. She's like, we don't distinguish between, good citizens and kooks. She says we just don't as election director. He's like, so you view the kooks with a humanitarian kind of viewpoint. And she's just like, sir, we have limited time.
She was giggling,
so
dude.
the kooks attack
She was
you.
smirking. I saw that. She was kind of smirking about it.
I think she was a little confused. I think she's a little confused. Tamgrel says he's stoned constantly. So I mean,
Damn, Growl, what's going on? Oh my gosh, man. Everything, like, I don't know if you saw what I was putting on the chats where I was saying it would be interesting to see him and Joe have a conversation.
wouldn't it? I thought that was so funny. I saw that. It'd be funny to see Joe Biden and Hank Johnson trying to have a coherent conversation. Boy, I bet you Hank would just confuse the hell out of illegitimate Joe, and then there's no telling what kind of shenanigans would ensue.
Yeah, it was just funny, man. And the whole thing, like, the first time I heard the thing about Guam capsizing, I said to myself, bro, you don't even have your measurements right. I mean, I don't know the exact like perimeter, or I don't know how you use the square mileage. I don't know the square mileage of Guam, but that dude's definitely got his measurements way wrong.
It is just so funny that it took him so long to get to that point. It took him like 3 minutes to describe the length and the width and the geographical like fortitude of Guam. And then just to say it's gonna capsize. Like, what the hell? What the hell is this guy on? Tamgrel might be onto something.
You know what? And that's one of the prime examples why I kind of have given up on politicians, man. That's one of the prime reasons right there.
I mean, shoot. That's an easy testimony, sir. You're not even from Georgia. But isn't it funny how he politicized, your home country, right?
Jeez, dude.
And made a fool of himself while he was at it.
Well, did you see the other did you see the other comment that I put there on the chats that he kind of looked like Lori Lightfoot?
Yeah, with that, sporting that.
The white hair.
Yeah, the bleached frohawk. They've got that bleached frohawk going on.
They're probably brother and sister. They might,
no doubt, undoubtedly. I think she also has what is it called again?
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo, yeah. I think he has vitiligo. She has vitiligo too.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he has some vitiligo. It's not noticeable, but it's underneath his chin,
Oh, I thought he just kind of missed a patch of hair from shaving.
I
mean, I'm not trying to
white patch of hair.
No, yeah, I wasn't. I'm not joking around. I honestly I thought that was actually a patch of hair. He missed.
It's not a goatee. If it is, it's a very strange goatee. If it is, or it's a very strange beard.
I thought, I'm seriously not making a joke, but
But no, him and Lori Lightfoot. There you go, right there, sir. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hank Johnson. Any relation to Gary Johnson of the Lizard People and the Libertarian Party? I mean, they're both pretty goofy. Those two Johnsons.
Yeah, Gary Johnson is another.
What about Ron Johnson of Wisconsin? All these Johnsons are just hanging around. Speak uneasy.
Johnson and hanging?
Boy, that's just some low-hanging fruit right there. Speak uneasy. That's just some low-hanging fruit.
Man. Oh, we were talking about this prior to the show about Java and I. We met. Java came over to my place, and we started working on some music stuff. So
awesome!
I'm glad that we were able to connect, and I honestly like, man, he gave like, so I played him a few beats that I made, right?
Yeah.
And he told me, well, why don't you try doing this? Like, he changed like one of the songs that we're gonna actually work on to make an actual song from.
Mm-hmm.
He changed the whole song, man. He goes, why don't you try doing it this way? And when I kind of arranged it in such a way he told me to, it sounded good. It sounded way better. And then he started playing bass over it, and I was like, dude, this song's got to be the first song that comes out if we're gonna complete like a song, a track, not a jingle to any shows, but if it's gonna be a track, this has got to be the one. And so I have to like kind of rearrange it and tweak it a bit because, you know, with the programs of making music, like they're called DAWs. For example, an example of it will be like GarageBand. If you use something like that to make beats, you have to change up the samples a bit because you'll be tagged for copyright infringement stuff for using whatever sample you're using on GarageBand, for example. So I have to go back to the drawing board and I have to adjust some things, change the notes, and just to make it sound different. And then I'm going to throw that over to Java, and he's going to throw bass over it. And I'm telling you, bro, it's man, it's going to be, it sounded good. Let's just put it that way. It sounded really
Sounds
good.
like it's going to be epic, sir.
Yeah. And then I got 2 projects also going towards your direction.
Oh, Lord.
And we're going to work on, he's going to work on the bass part of it. And he liked it. He liked it.
Awesome.
And it's specifically for your In the Dark.
The See in the Dark show.
Yes, because it's just got that feel to it. The 2 projects. But he's definitely going to put some spice on it. And man, I'm hoping that you will approve of it.
Well, wow. You know, Speak, thank you so much. You know, I mean, you probably could tell I've been kind of like updating, revamping, growing, like everything that I'm doing in my operation for Mr. CTV. And it'd be right on time, right in the moment. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
Man, and that's
exciting. You know, that's pretty cool. That's community and coming together. Like,
yes,
you and Java meeting. I've met Java. I've met you. You know, so that's pretty radical. And I'm glad that you guys clicked and were able to produce something.
Yeah.
People that produce, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's like, no, honestly, but that's one of the things that I always say at the end of my show. And when I say pick each other up, it's not necessarily like, you know, this is part of it too. Like supporting me, supporting you in other ways that I can because my ass is broke. But I'm trying other ways to support you, man, and advance you in your show. And it's because of you. I have to give you credit where credit's due. It's because of you I started thinking about revamping the bar as well. And that's why I started
keeping it fresh, right?
Well, I'm now that I learned how to kind of produce videos a little bit, I'm hooked. I'm so hooked.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, I'm so hooked. And even if there's like a video project you need me to do for your show, bro, I'll be more than happy to do it for you, man.
What?
You know?
Are you kidding? That'd be so rad.
If I have the time though, because, dude.
Yeah.
And another thing too, on top of this, like things have been coming around and happening, bro. As you know, I'm a full-time DJ, and it's been rough since I started. And it's slowly been building up, and I tell you, bro, next month is super crazy busy for me. It's like even prior to the show today, I got 2 people on contract just today. Which it's gonna give me a total of like 8 or 9 gigs next month, dude. And that's nuts.
Don't burn yourself out.
That is nuts, dude. That's nuts. You know, and I know Tam Grau's been praying for me too. And I've been praying for this, and man, when God comes and showers you with whatever he showers you with, he comes and showers you with it, man. You know, and I'm very, very blessed and glad, man. I'm so happy, dude. I'm on like cloud 9, dude. But I would absolutely love to help you out too. If if you need some kind of video thing going, just, if I have the time, I'll definitely help you out.
I appreciate that,
Yeah,
and
I
I'll
don't.
definitely extend the same any way I can do it as well.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I just started this, but I don't know, the feedback that you guys gave me with the videos that I've been doing for the intro and the outro, and also for the Sunday show, you guys seem to like it. So
Yeah, I can't wait till you do an intro for this show.
yeah, I have to work. No, and it's funny you mentioned that, because right now I'm trying to do an intro song for this particular Wednesday show.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Getting a new intro or getting a new anything for shows is like getting a Christmas present, or it's like getting a birthday present. So
Yeah.
I can't wait. It freshens things up. It broadens the brand and the show itself, and it expands its signature. So definitely can't wait to see what you do for This Is News. 33 episodes in.
Hey, man, I was lagging, bro. And honestly, it's because I was trying to build up the DJ part of my business here, because that's like my bread and butter. I earn money here too, but I wish it was a little bit more so I can pay more attention to this, but unfortunately it's not. And, I had to put more attention into building up the DJ company, but now that things are beginning to, dude, and I know I'm going in different directions talking about both things, but I really hope that the DJ thing grows a little bit faster, because I really want to be able to hire somebody to do the work. And I just want to be able to just pay more attention to this, because I think, because this is definitely important. God has led me to do this, and I have to put more into this. And I think having to learn how to do videos, man, I think the Holy Spirit kind of guided me there too. So, man, I'm just full of all these ideas now. And I'm very motivated to work on this and also with the DJ company. So I just got this fire, man. And,
awesome.
I'm ready to put more into it. And yes, I have been working on an intro song for this show. And I started it last week. But the way it's coming out sounding like, I like it. I mean, I'll share it with you. I'll shoot it to you via email, and then you can tell me what you think. My wife told me it kind of sounds like a commercial, but you know what I'm thinking? I think it'll sound good for a new show too. It's just what kind of video presentation would be with the song. That's
exactly.
Yeah, that's the only thing. So yeah, man, I'll definitely share with you the two songs. One for this, the intro for this, and then the other one for your possible See in the Dark show. So I'll be
too awesome.
Yeah,
too
man.
awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, man, if you want me to make videos for you, I'll try. If I have the time, I'll definitely do it. I'm not gonna say I'll try. I will do it, but it probably be one of those things where I can do it little by little, and then eventually it'll go out to you. You know what I'm saying?
Very cool. Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Speak on Easy.
Yeah, man. That's what we do, man. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. This is how we bump each other up. Like we got to help each other out in some way. It doesn't necessarily mean one way or another. There's other ways to help somebody out too. So, I'm just
cool.
Anyhow,
can't wait, sir.
So, let's get to this, man. Let's get to the articles here.
Let's hit it harder.
You are going to go up first. So which one do you want me to do first? Do you want me to do the Channel 5 one or the Breitbart one?
Say I would say not the one that has to deal with the trafficking, the other one first.
Okay, the other traffic. Well, they're both trafficking. If you think
wait, are they
it.
both trafficking? What did I give you? I don't even remember.
It's just different. It's just different trafficking.
Not the one with the killing.
Okay, so the Channel 5 one.
The Channel 5 one.
Okay,
yeah, we can start there. Why not?
All right. Let me share it with you real quick. Let's see. You're talking about that one, right, sir?
Oh yes, sorry. Let me pull up that screen. I'm looking at the pill screen. Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Tamargrow, thank you so much for like throwing all those things up in the chats. And you know, honestly, Tamargrow, I really want to thank you for sending me your prayers because it just goes to show that God does listen to people, and I'm very very fortunate for this, man. And it looks like November as well is gonna November's turning out. It's slowly coming around. I think we got like 3 or 4 that month. So yeah, man.
All into the holidays, sir.
Oh man, the holidays.
All into the holy days.
Oh man. You got the article on the screen share there?
I do. Can you do me a favor? Would you mind closing that Watch Live Fox News 5 box? It's gonna drive me crazy.
Hold on for a moment.
I
don't think I can. Yeah, I don't think I can, man.
There's a big X right there.
Where?
On the yellow box that says Fox News 5.
Well, hold on.
Watch Live. That you see that X? Just hit that X in the corner.
Oh,
there.
you're talking about that, the mobile one?
Where you see the bar that says Fox.
Yeah.
It says Watch Live, Fox 5 News, and there's an X that's in a circle on the right-hand corner of the screen. If you could just close that box.
You know what? I can't see it because I have. Let me hear.
You can't. Oh.
Yeah, because
my bad.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I apologize.
Yeah, I can't because I won't be able to share screen with you if
you close that box. What?
I can't.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's not showing anything on my end.
How interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I don't know what that is. Anyways, it's okay. I can live with it. I'm adaptable.
Hold on. Let me share this.
Look at your arrows on it. You can't go over to that little box and click that little square. You don't see it. Your arrow is just on it. No.
Nope. Oh, you're talking about on the bottom. Jeez. There you go.
Thank goodness for Generation X. Thank goodness for Generation X. I swear there's something about that breed of human.
Oh my goodness.
There is something about that breed of human. New York City helping migrants who were bused from Texas relocate to other states. Thank you for closing that box, by the way. It was just going to drive me crazy.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you doing that. There's just something beautiful about. Anyways, yeah, I thought this was just funny, because like they're calling for state of emergency. What is going on? Oh, there we go. There we go. Anyways, they're declaring a state of emergency in Washington D.C. in New York City. Heck, even Lightfoot is now declaring.
I thought they were accepting of the immigrants.
I thought so too, Speak. I don't get what's going on here. But now they're deporting them in New York City because, Rhino Abbott keeps on assisting these illegal immigrants into getting further into the country. And now they're deporting them, which, that's funny. But really, they're just busing them around for free to wherever they want to go, The article says, and this is from Fox 5, I guess, in New York, New York City officials claim that many of the migrants who are being bused from Texas did not want to go to New York, so they are helping them get to other states. The New York City Commissioner of Immigration Affairs appeared on the Fox 5 New York morning show, Good Day, New York, on Wednesday. Commissioner Manuel Castro, imagine that. Commissioner Manuel Castro says there.
Any relation to Fidel?
And is he legal, right? Don't tell me he's like a DACA recipient, right? Commissioner Manuel Castro says that a lot of the migrants are fleeing Venezuela and Castro says, many want to go to places like Florida where the largest
They want to.
Where the largest community of Venezuelans live. So he says they have family and community ties in Florida. We're helping them get to their actual final destination, Castro says. We're deporting them to Florida. Texas Rhino Governor Abbott started sending buses of migrants to New York City in early August. He says it is in response to the Biden administration, the Biden regime's open borders policy overwhelming Texas communities. New York City is the ideal destination for these migrants who can receive the abundance of city services and housing that Mayor Eric Adams has boasted about within the sanctuary city.
I can't stop laughing, dude. They can never get enough of a good thing, can they?
Not at all.
I think that's always the best remedy, to give something, give them more than what they bargained for. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, giving them the assist. So Abbott looks like a good old conservative Republican, but he's being a rhinoceros rhino, and he's assisting these illegal aliens into getting further into the country.
That's true. That's true.
It's a great political maneuver, optically speaking, but realistically speaking, if you suspend disbelief for just a minute and you look at the reality of the situation, what is Abbott doing? Can't he just build the damn wall? Why does he have to do this bullshit? Oh, sorry, excuse me, guys, I didn't mean to cuss like that. But
you know what, bro? I'm gonna throw this out there because I don't think my friend works for them anymore. But I had a friend. I do have a friend who either he still works with the Border Patrol or he does not work with the Border Patrol anymore. But the last time I talked to him was about last year, same time around last year, and he was telling me that he can't do his job, bro. He just can't.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, dude. I think you might have shared that story. Didn't you say he saw so many things he finally couldn't just deal with the border? Like he was a border, like for a while, right? You said he worked with that agency for a minute, a good minute. So yeah, I remember you telling me about him. But that's a shame, that it gets to that point that if they want to maintain integrity to their own morality, if they don't want to sell their soul, they have to quit their job. It sucks. Like I kind of did that too. You know what I mean? What do you mean?
You know what?
Did you influence him?
No.
Did you red pill him?
I quit my own job, kind of based on that too.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So
there's sometimes just some things that are more important than what a paycheck gives you.
Absolutely.
It's a difficult decision, it really is. But it's I'm gonna get into this topics very soon but that doesn't mean I'm gonna come out, and I don't think I'll be coming out on the camera anytime
soon. No, kidding.
Well, only because it will compromise my DJ company, and I can't afford to do that.
Come on, do you know how many Patriots would hire you if you showed your face?
Yeah, well,
just kidding.
You gotta understand, I'm in the DJ business, and
Donald Trump would be like, I need DJ.
Yeah,
because he is a Patriot DJ.
That'll be the day.
And you know what? We'll make it the daddy-daughter combo. And you both will get a gig.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And
but,
you remember
he's gonna be like, the DJ that doesn't show his face, no one even knows who he is. I'm just kidding. He has nice hands. I would hire him for a hand modeling job. But come on, what is he gonna do? Wave a flag in the commercial? Just kidding.
Yeah, no.
I'm just busting your balls.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Anyhow, go ahead and continue.
Never say never. Never say never.
No, it's never.
My dream would be to be the person who reads a poem at the inauguration speech. That's what I would want to do. You could DJ for his inauguration, and I will read a poem. I don't know if Trump.
I would.
How about that?
Honestly, I don't even think
I
wouldn't take the job.
Dream a little. Speak.
I wouldn't take
the American dream.
I wouldn't take the job. I would not take the job, bro.
What are you talking about?
I wouldn't.
You know, the Secret Service has to vet everyone that works for or comes into the presence of the president. Do you know how bad my record would be when they look for all of everything? And
Yeah.
I still want it. I still dream big. Okay?
Yeah,
Just
you know
kidding.
you know that my record would show something there too.
But they don't care because that's the record of a hero. What's going on with
Yeah, I
you?
don't
Unless
think
you have
so,
like
man.
some children that we don't know about. But like,
You know, it's funny you mentioned that.
unless you have some affiliation with some other kind of like political party
It
that
is,
you know.
it is kind of funny you did mention if I do have
Unless they find out that you're on contract with some 3-letter agency and you're pretending to be a patriot.
yeah, I'm in contract
Why
with
do you have to be worried about it?
I'm on contract with a 3-letter agency called FAM. My family, dude. My fam.
FAM.
My fam.
You stooge.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I mean, to me, that's the only reason why you wouldn't dream that big. Come on. You could
I
even do
wouldn't.
it gratis, but you know,
I already
you know
told
Trump wouldn't let you be gratis.
You already know that I've given up on these politicians. You know where I stand.
And then everyone who's there.
You
at
know
the,
where I
at
stand,
everyone
man.
who's there at the inauguration is going to be like, dude, this dude, he is a Christian DJ. And you know how big that will get your word out?
Nah.
So, you know, I mean, you talk about God giving you a platform to talk about his word. There's no bigger platform than DJing for the inauguration of Donald J. Trump.
Nah, wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it.
You, because then they'd bust you. They'd be like, this guy works for Brennan. No, just kidding.
No.
They'd be like, this guy works for good old General. What's that guy's name again?
Who? General who? Oh,
General. The
you're
General.
the dude on your old mugs over there.
No, not Millie. Not Millie. Not Millie. Anyways, oh my goodness. Well, you're lucky I have a bad memory. Speak. Anyways.
Oh, yeah.
I could see the guy, Jim Jones, General Jones. There you go. We're gonna be like, bad guy. No, just kidding. Black cat. Okay, no, I'm just playing with you. Speak. I know you're not a black cat. I know you're not a bad guy. I know you. I've met you. I've assessed you. But getting back to this article here, it says that I don't even know where we left off. New York City is the ideal destination for these migrants who can receive the abundance of city services. Okay, so that was from Mayor Eric Adams, right? And then he says they want to go down to Florida.
Yeah. They want to choose their routes.
Yeah. Yep. Many of them did not want to end up in Florida, so they're choosing their route.
Man, they're telling this is where I want you to take me. What is this, Uber?
For real, for free too. Well, no.
No,
We
it
say
ain't
free
free.
for them.
It's the taxpayers.
taxpayers.
Yeah, man.
Taxpayers, jinx. No, just
I
kidding.
mean, even though my ass is broke and probably not, I'm probably.
Hey, if
gonna
you
pay
pay your
something, man.
taxes, that's no one's business. But like, it's still taxpayer dollars, right?
Yeah.
It's taxpayer dollars. The city says about 9,800 asylum seekers have entered the shelter system since arriving from Texas. The system has become so overwhelmed that the city had to contract hotel rooms to house them. Again, guys, taxpayer dollars.
We talked about that a couple weeks ago, didn't we? About how
Yes,
the whole,
we sure did.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
That they were getting free housing everywhere up and down
No,
the
not
101 in California.
Yes. No, not yet. This is the homeless.
Oh yeah, the homeless.
it was
Yeah,
the
oh
homeless.
my bad. Yeah,
It's-
well, they're gonna do it for the migrants too.
They're-
You know they
yeah,
are. They've
oh,
done
yeah.
it before, haven't they? But the homeless, yeah, the homeless.
Well, I mean, the migrants are going to be homeless, so they're definitely going to qualify.
they're
for
gonna
it.
do it for them, of course,
Yeah.
especially in sanctuary city for illegal aliens, Los Angeles, right?
Sanctuary state. What are you talking about?
State,
Yeah,
California.
Man. Yup.
Castro says that around 7,300 remain in the system. Isn't that so funny that this
is.
migrant worker is named Castro? New York City law requires the city to provide housing for anyone who requests it. Oh, hey, let's go speak. Let's go to New York.
No,
and be like,
thank
I
you.
need some housing.
No,
Just so we
thank
can
you.
know. Let's go do like a week in New York. Like, let's go on vacation and be like, where
I am not. Nope. Nope.
I know who would want to go over there.
Nope.
But like,
I don't want to go to. Well, you can't even
it's
have a.
dangerous.
You can't have a gun
Who
in
would
New
wanna
York.
go to New York?
Why would I want to go to New York? You can't even have.
Because it's free housing. They have They have they have a law that says you have to give someone a house if they request it.
Well, how long are you going to have that?
Go to New York.
How long will you have that house for?
Probably as long as you request it.
As long as you live, right? As long, because somebody's probably going to gank you. Somebody's going to freaking jack you for your home,
no
dude.
Kidding. They want you on the dole, though, just before you die, just so you know.
Crazy,
just
dude.
before you die in a little, like, what do you call it? Like, broken down, split level, New York apartment closet apartment, like a split level closet apartment that you die on the dole.
It's crazy
before you get
dude.
ganked.
That is crazy, bro. But you know, in face value, when I first heard about them being bust up, I was laughing, dude. This shit's funny.
Oh hell
right?
yeah!
I was
funny.
But then yes, you're right. When you give it more thought, and not to mention that it's not only people from South America or Mexico that are coming through. It's people from other countries. You got Chinese and also freaking
Chinese.
Dude, you got Chinese coming
Nazis
through.
And Ukrainians.
You got Middle Eastern
they're not
people
coming.
coming.
The southern border.
Even Middle Eastern, even Ukrainians, bro.
Yeah. The Ukrainians, though, they're not coming through the southern border. They're coming through the refugee passport.
Well, they could be coming through there too.
No, I know. Yeah, they most definitely are. But it's just a joke. You know, running gag. A running, oh my God, look at these stupid liberal Democrats and their support and solidarity for Ukraine.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It really is.
It's bad.
Hey, Kiss, how are you tonight? Thank you for dropping those links. Thank you for being. I haven't seen you in a minute. Thank you.
Kiss.
Thank you so much for dropping those links and hanging out. Tamara, thank you so much for the can. God bless your heart. Thank you so much. She was asking, are you referring to General Flynn? Yeah, that, you know, I'm sorry. And probably some people do like him, but something doesn't settle easy with me with him.
Well, I mean, isn't he a Freemason? I don't know. I mean, if you're accounting for people being a part, or, you know, if they are, you know, if they're enjoined to some kind of secret society, I would question them too. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but I mean, if he's part of a secret society known as the Freemasons.
Dude, if you're in anything that's secretive, that works in the dark, there's nothing good about that.
I'm really just saying, you have to question allegiances.
Well, if they're willing...
I mean, everyone knows how it works for like the Freemasons, right? Like, or
if
you know,
if
like
people are willing
you have to do the tasks, you have to do as you're told, etc., 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 or you die.
If people are willing to make
like
oaths,
behead you or something.
If people are willing to make oaths and work in secret about things, or be in something that's supposedly secretive, then I don't think that there's anything good about it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking the question about General Flynn if he's a Freemason.
I don't. There was.
I'm not saying. Am I saying he's a bad guy? No, I'm just saying it's fair to ask the question.
He did make a statement that made me feel something unsettling about the guy. He's in favor of pushing the Sunday law. Do you know what the Sunday law? The Sunday law, where they're gonna make Sunday law like the day of you can't do anything but worship. And
you mean they're gonna make the first day of the week a law to be the last day of the week to slack off?
What do you mean to slack off?
Well, supposedly to worship, but you know, what are people doing? Are they worshiping?
No, but he did make a statement. You know, I can't pull the video clip up right now because we're in the middle of this show, but he did make a statement to say that he was in favor of Sunday law, Sunday worship law, or something to that effect. And you know, because my foundation, I wouldn't say religious, but my foundation with worship is with Seventh-day Adventist, although I don't necessarily claim to be one.
Jehovah's Witness.
I claim to be somebody who follows Christ, right? But I just you know, when you have people in the government telling you that this is going to be the day that you're going to worship and no other day, that I have a problem with that.
It sounds like Flynn is making a theocracy. I mean,
it just
that's not what America is. We're not a theocracy. I mean,
it doesn't settle well with me. It just doesn't, you know.
mm-hmm.
So
well, I don't know. It's interesting, but like I said, if he is a Mason, it's fair to ask the question. Am I saying he's a bad guy? No, but if he is a Mason, it's fair to ask where his true loyalties lie, just like it would be of anyone who's a Mason.
Tamara Grau was saying she didn't know that he is a Mason. I didn't know that either.
I'm pretty sure he is, or a Rosicrucianist, or one of those people. He's one of those people. So is Sidney Powell. But again, the question is where are their true loyalties? Is it with their membership to some society, or is it with their citizenship, with their birthright as an American?
Let's just put it this way:
right as a human.
If you're in a position of power, you have to. I'm pretty sure that you'd have to sell a little bit of yourself in order for you to get up in certain places.
Well, I'm telling you, if you're in a position of power, you should not be a member of a secret society, or you should not have taken a secret oath. And if you have, you should not be in elected office.
I agree.
Period.
I agree. But that's not the way it works.
Well, no, I'm telling you, that's the way it can work.
That's the way it should work.
It should be, and that's the way it will work.
Because
now that
you
we're
can't
waking up to self-governance.
Because
I mean, we're not going to play around with that anymore.
Right? No, absolutely, I agree with you. Because you can't serve, like, you can't take different oaths for different things. You're either going to take an oath for whatever it is that you're going to do. You're either going to take the oath for the country, or you're just gonna choose the other route.
Exactly. And we cannot say anymore. That's the way it's been. It has been that way. You're right, Speak. 100%. That's why we are where we are.
It's been like this since It's been like this since the founding, bro.
Exactly, that's the joke right there, buddy.
Our first president was a freaking Mason, dude, and he was a high-ranking one.
That's why I joke around that maybe the great experiment it's the great Freemason experiment of man trying to be self-governing. And maybe George Washington was made president because he was the Freemason that was like, well, I have faith in humanity that they'll do the right thing. And everyone's like, stupid George Washington. Well, let's just make him president of this grand experiment and see how it blows up in his face. And 250 some odd years later,
they were all Masons.
Here we are.
All the founding fathers
they're like,
man.
They'll never maintain it. They'll never maintain a constitutional republic, right?
The Masons they were all Masons, man. And
they were all Masons. That's a great joke. It's a great joke. But
not only that, but how
did we make it 250 some odd years if this joke on paper we're free? Our rights come from God. So
you're right you're right. You're right with the rights are from God, and on quote paper we are free. But communism sounds good on paper too.
But you're right. But the thing about it is, and that's a good point. Communism sounds good on paper, but on paper we're free. So how is it that we're still free on paper 250 years later?
Well, what if they needed us? You ever thought about that?
Sure they
did. What if they needed us to help build this now? What if they needed us what if they gave us the perception of freedom to make us do what we needed to do to improve this country?
So
what if they needed us?
So they have, but they also have people at the point of saying things like it'd be easier to kill them now in mass than it would be easier to manipulate
them. But they
them.
can't because they need us.
They don't need us anymore. Why do you think they're trying to do transhumanism on us?
Well, no. Check this out, bro.
They want us to join Meta, and they want us to upload our subconscious, which is basically them just killing us and submitting us to the Matrix.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I agree. But they also need us because we fund them. We fund them, dude.
Well, actually,
we fund them.
How can you argue with that? Because you're right. We do.
We fund them. Whether it's through taxes, whether it's through buying things from big ass corporations, we provide them with all the tools they need in order for them to be powerful. It is us who gives them that. And this is why, like I always say, like, we can't rely on the government, man. We need to start relying on each other for producing things or even helping people out. You know, we can't be doing this anymore. We can't. Because, go ahead.
I just think it's disgusting that they use our own energy against us.
That's exactly why they haven't killed us, because they need us. They need us, man.
Bastards.
Well, so I don't know. You know, my thinking might be a little bit far off that people might not want to hear. And trust me, man, like when I started this journey, I even dug as far as to the purposes of, you know, the founding fathers and why they went through, like why they're in the Freemasons, all that stuff. And it disgusted me. And it was a little bit easier for me to accept it because of the truth seeking I was doing since 2006. And I said to myself, man, this makes sense, man. You know, it's a sickening thing. And it's very disappointing because we were all taught certain things as we were growing up. Come to find out, 2022, that this has all been BS, man. Everything that we were taught has been complete BS, man. And the only...
Well, you know, if you understand that, though, do you know how important an agent of truth you are for, you know, what's going to happen, what's to come, or, you know, anything like that? You know, understanding, you know, the lies and the complexity of the lies and the convolution is so important. You're a vital player in, you know, what's to come after all that truth spills out into the world, you know, and it's going to happen at some point. What's going to happen at that point, I don't know, but something's going to happen.
Well,
I think it's too close. We're too close to a popping point, you know, and everything's converging, whether it's you know, truth in elections and truth about the way things are, or if it's, you know, bad guys trying to sink the economy, or if it's inflation killing everyone, you know, it's all coming together at the same time.
Yeah, you know, I just look at this whole world as a whole chessboard, dude. And yeah, I really think that this whole everything has been theater. And this is why, this is like one of the conclusions I came to be more spiritual about my relationship with God. And, you know, that has given me more truth than everything else that I've been trying to look for truth.
Yeah.
That has absolutely given me more truth, and it's given me a better view of a lot of other things, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Just because I don't follow politics or don't have a political hero, that doesn't mean I'm not observing what's going on. I still kind of observe things that are going on around the world, man. And I validate that with the Bible, because everything that has happened, like all these mistakes that has been going on, it's happened back then, man. And it's happening again. And if people were more in tune about reading...
Well, I mean, it's been happening again, though. Sorry, I don't mean to... Yeah, go ahead. Do you know? Never mind. I said that. Just go on. Speak.
No. Go ahead. No. What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying it's been happening again. Like, you know, ever since the Bible was written, the things that were written in the Bible have been happening over and over and over and over and over again. It's getting worse. Don't get me wrong, but that's... Actually, we're not here to talk religious theory, so I apologize for interrupting.
No. But see, my point is, if people were more in tune to that, wouldn't they see that it would be happening again, and they would learn from it just by, you know, knowing what's in the Bible? They would learn from it, right?
Humanity.
I mean,
humanity.
Well, see, and I don't want to sound like I usually do about like, oh, there's no hope, because that's not what I'm about. I'm for hope, but I think that at this point in time, I don't think it's gonna be a man to freaking turn things around, dude. It's far too gone. It's far too gone, and it the saving, I guess you can say, has to come from something more powerful than a man. It just has to, because every man here that claim to be a leader is tainted. Each and every one of them. You know, they all are going to compromise for some. They'll do something, but in order for them to get something at the same time.
Yeah, I get that. I think like for the literally millions of individuals who are Republican and follow someone like Trump, for example, who are Christians and they're God-fearing, you know, and they pray and all that stuff. Maybe it's not so much that they believe in Trump as a man, but maybe they believe that God's divine spirit will utilize someone like him or anyone, I guess, as a I don't know, a weapon or as a voice or something, you know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, you know, I mean,
Only time
that's
will
millions
tell.
millions of people, you know, millions of people. And it doesn't even have to be Trump per se, you know. It could be anybody really that because a lot of us pray and a lot of us you know, put our faith in the
In man.
spirit.
Oh,
No, a lot of, you know, I wouldn't say it would be man. I mean, if we as Christians and Republicans and conservatives and we as Americans are Christian based, you know, belief and God fearing and you know, we are people of faith, you know. um it's not so much that we're putting faith in man. I think it's easy to confuse people, you know, supporting someone like President Trump as having faith in man when
yeah,
they're
but
God fearing and they're praying. You know, maybe what it is that they are praying that God's spirit will inspire the process man has created, and it just so happens that someone like President Trump is. You know, he's a vocal piece for that uh, inspired movement
I
that
don't
they
think.
are praying for.
But that's the
Now, I'm
problem.
saying this is based on the prayers of millions, not just on my opinion. I'm just painting that picture. Maybe that's what's up. You know, I'm
I
not saying that's what's true, but
I personally think that people don't know how to do that. I personally think that a lot of people don't know how to make it different. I don't think they
well,
understand that.
I'm just talking about the people who actually do pray for it. I'm not talking about the millions and millions of people, but there's got to be at least hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of people that actually know what they're doing with prayer and their belief. And
I
you
would
know,
hope so.
I just couldn't doubt them myself. I couldn't judge their belief honestly,
Well, I'm not
but
judging either, but what I am saying is that I don't. This is just my opinion. I really
of
don't.
all of these
I,
people.
yeah, I don't think that a lot of them know how to make that different. I really don't, because prior to me having this type of relationship with God, I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to separate certain things, dude. And you know, it's one of those things that it
I
gets
just know there's probably a lot of people who pray and believe and follow politics that are way more spiritually like learned than I am. So I just wouldn't doubt that myself.
I think there's more people more involved in politics than in their own faith. That's what I think. That's what I honestly think. More people are more involved in politics rather than having that relationship. That's just my perception, and that's what a lot of that's what I've been seeing that a lot on videos too. Like, you see people who are more leaning towards political things as opposed to more spiritual things. Although, you know, I fill my brain more with spiritual things. And man, I tell you, dude, it's weird because I look at things so I'm able to see a lot of things that I did not before. And man, I tell you, dude, why is all of a sudden, and I know it's probably because it's a midterm election or you know, that's come and gone, or it's coming or whatever.
Uh-huh.
My question is, dude, why is Trump being so pumped up now? I mean, why are they putting him back in the why is he being rotated back in the media? Not only that, but also DeSantis. They're throwing in DeSantis there. So, man,
Yeah.
this is all telling me that this whole thing is like programming people for certain. I don't know, man. You know, I just
Speak. The whole world is a stage.
I know.
And everything that we're experiencing has been orchestrated by the people who live in the earth.
know what? Let's get to this article right here. And I'm not trying to.
They've been there for centuries.
I'm not trying to escape the conversation. I'm just saying because.
Neither am I by talking about the people who live in the earth, but like.
No, but I'm just.
But we do need to stay on the ball, though.
Yeah, we do. We went off on a bit of a tangent there, but it's an interesting conversation to be had. It's a very interesting conversation to be had because.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's an interesting conversation,
Anyhow.
I'm just like, it is. It's a good account. It's a good conversation. That's all you're going to get out of me speak. There, too bad.
I know there's things you want to say. I mean, we've had private conversations too. Well, every time we hang out, there always seems to be a talk about politics and religion. Well, the religious part comes from me, but there's always politics meshed in with it all the time. And you know how you know how I feel about the whole politics.
I do.
I'm just sick of it, dude. All right. Let me share this with you real quick, man.
Totally jaded, sir. You are totally jaded.
No, I'm not jaded. It's just my faith in something else comes. It's a different direction. It's not with people. It's not the direction that people go. Although my values are conservative, I just don't go with that flow. I go with the flow of the spiritual side of it.
Speaking of flows, it sounds like this article believes that men have some kind of a flow as well. I'm just saying based on that headline.
Well,
tell me, buddy. It's your article.
You don't think that this is noteworthy of this show?
This is news? Really? This is news. Insane. The things that we come up with. As if we made this up, right? Speak.
This is exactly why the name of the show is called This Is News with a question mark. News in quotes, man. News in quotes. This is kind of satire stuff, but, to be honest, yeah, there's satire, but it's unfortunate that this is news.
Isn't it? It's true, and it is unfortunate.
This is the world we live in, man. You're right. It is a stage.
The whole world is a stage.
All right.
What are they smoking in the earth?
Hey,
those
man,
people. Like, what they're putting us through. They're putting us through this kind of stuff now.
Look at that card, dude. The woman is hugging the pregnant man.
But the question is that really a woman or is it a lesbian?
I didn't even think
a
of that.
lesbian. Because if the man is pregnant, it's clearly a trans man, right? Which means it's a biological vagina, a biological female. So that's a very confused couple on that pamphlet,
man.
and you notice it says that they are white.
Hey, they could be Irish, dude. I don't know.
They're making it into race also. They're the ones that made this racist. Look at it. They put a big old white label on them.
Imagine the guy
Just
who
because
imagine
they're
the person
peach-colored.
Imagine the person who was drawing that. What went through that person's mind?
I know, kidding, right? They're like, I don't care. I'm getting paid to do this.
How about the idea that came through? Oh, this is what I want you to draw.
Are you kidding me? He probably referenced that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger just to draw that. Junior, right? He referenced pregnant Arnold Schwarzenegger just to draw that image. He had to get Rosie O'Donnell to be the woman behind it.
Oh man. All right. This one comes from naturalnews.com. This one was published by Ethan Huff, written in what?
Hufflepuff.
Really? Like June 1st? Wow. Okay. Well, let's go with it.
It goes to show you that these are timeless stories of of comedy and ill-placed humor in society, guys. Ill-placed humor.
I'm so surprised that this is not on the cover of Time magazine.
Not if you're outing this preschool teacher who's obviously poisoning the mind of the children of North Carolina.
Man, I feel bad for you people out there in North Cackalack, man.
North Cackalack?
Oh, man. Okay, so
I have never
heard that? You never heard that before?
not a cackalack, not in reference to Carolina.
No, that's what in the urban terms. In urban terms, that's how they reference North Carolina, North Cackalack.
So it's all sweet cackalack.
That's different. You're talking about the state. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna call everyone named Carolina cackalack from now on, just because of you speak. Do me a favor, close that subscribe box at the bottom of your screen.
Geez.
No, just kidding.
You're such
you
a
don't have to
spoiled
do it.
guy. You know that?
You're the one who's reading. It's your article. Anyways.
All right. Article
Here we go,
reads,
guys.
North Carolina preschool teacher showed flashcards to children depicting, here we go, quote, pregnant men.
I don't know what's going on in this world, or at least not in North Cackalack. You know, North Cackalack is the place that has yeehaw and podunkt. Okay, like
man.
I'm not kidding. There's yeehaw, North Carolina, or is it South Carolina?
This is
Somewhere
news.
in the Cackalack speak, there is a yeehaw and a podunkt. Okay,
This is news, man. This really is news. Gosh,
okay, well, for this show it is.
I mean, no. Look at the website I got it from, Natural News.
Exactly. You can expect to find hokey woo woo shit like this over there. No, just kidding.
Man, all
They're
right.
just information operations. Anyways, go ahead, sir.
So it says here, Ballantine Elementary School in Fouquet, Varina, North Carolina, located near Raleigh, has been caught teaching preschool children that men can get pregnant. I can't even get mad at this anymore, dude.
Alert!
I can't get mad at this stuff anymore. I have
Transgender alert.
I have to laugh about this stuff. Because if I get mad, it just raises my blood pressure, dude.
Exactly. That's why we should laugh about this. We should keep a glass is half full approach. That also keeps the blood pressure down.
Man. All right. So it says Representative Aaron Paré, Republican of Wake County, received an email from a concerned parent in her district who took pictures of flashcards her child was shown depicting what appears to be a pregnant man soon to give birth. What? What? Oh, well, what's going on here, man? What world are we living in, man? Seriously, what world are we living in?
Trans man world.
The flashcard shows a male figure holding a large pregnant belly with a female figure standing behind him while holding his hips in support.
Probably doing breathing exercises, Lamaze or Lamaze or whatever it's called.
My goodness, man.
Who.
Oh, man. Preschool children at Ballantine Elementary School were also shown flashcards depicting the quote, progress pride flag. What is that, man?
Progress pride flag?
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Containing not only the 6 standard rainbow, in quotes, colors, but also black, brown, blue, pink, and white for other genders and gender expressions.
Sounds like the Lesticide We're New Africa flag or something like that.
This is crazy, man.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
The flashcards come from something called, quote, rainbow families, and are clearly designed for young children with full protective laminate. Upon receiving the email, Representative Paré, was that how you say it? Paré, immediately contacted Principal Letitia Dove to alert her about the flashcards and the parents' concern. Dove reportedly took swift action to both respond and investigate. Dove later confirmed that the stack of flashcards was found and that they are not part of the approved curriculum at the school. Yeah, right. That lady's probably lying through her teeth. Dove says she was unaware that the flashcards were being used at the school. Yeah. Most North Carolinians want to know what their children are being taught in public school. Dove reportedly took immediate possession of the flashcards, contacted the Wake County Public School System area superintendent, and initiated a conversation with Human Resources about the issue. Dove also thanked Representative Paré for bringing the matter to her attention, as she claims she would not have known about it otherwise. I am grateful that the concerned constituent reached out and that this issue is being addressed in a swift and professional manner by Ballantine Elementary School, said Representative Paré. Schools should only be using age-appropriate materials, and these flashcards clearly do not meet the standard for a preschool classroom. I hope schools across Wake County and the state of North Cackalack will follow the example of Ballantine and respond swiftly when a parent expresses concern, and ensure that materials like this are not being used to teach young students. And add to all this, a recent poll showing that 57% of North Carolina voters support passing legislation to make parents the primary decision makers regarding their child's health and medical decisions, and provide parents with opt-out options regarding controversial surveys or age-inappropriate classroom materials. Man, well, there's the word right there, inappropriate. The North Carolina General Assembly is said to be reviewing legislation to address this very thing, since parents deserve to know what their children are being taught at public school. It is not all that surprising to see the idea of, quote, pregnant men creeping its way into public school curriculum. Now that large corporations such as Calvin Klein, oh yeah, that's right, they are. Calvin Klein are pushing the idea. Teachers who are exposed to this type of propaganda and buy into it are now regurgitating what they think they have learned to their children placed under their care, demonstrating exactly why parents must beware of what their children are being taught. This is Satanism, and don't ever forget it, wrote someone in Natural News. Satan is coming for you, for your family, for your children, and for your future grandchildren. Satan's only wish is to destroy all of humanity and to destroy all of human morality through the complete destruction of natural law as created by God. Come out of her, my children, so that you be not partakers in her sin. Babylon will fall. Get right with God. That's the article right there, man.
Wow.
This is, you know, it's interesting too. And I just thought about this last weekend was, and I think I discussed this I may have discussed it with you too. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put that there.
What did you do? Huh? Hello?
No, you're good. You're good. So I came up with this thing in my brain. This is just a thought that came in, like a pondering thought, right? I was thinking, so in the days of Noah, like the whole world needed to be like destroyed because of all the defilement that the fallen angels have done with women, right? And they were messing with DNA back then as well. And it's funny how full circle comes back, where things are happening. The same thing is happening with transgenderism and transhumanism. You know, they're tainting again with God's creation, and they're trying to change DNA. And that should be a red flag to everybody. You know, I think we're getting very close to the second, I don't know, the second cleansing, I guess you can say. I don't know. What do you think?
I think a lot of this is calling, you know, like a lot of it is calling. So yeah, you could say like a second cleansing, like you're talking about people who choose not to get the shot. You're talking about people who choose to stand up for what's morally right and not go along with the zombie class, or that go along to get along with the terrible things that are going on in this world. It is kind of a calling, right? The further along we go speak, it seems like the more kind of like tests that we undergo and the further it naturally kind of separates those who it just separates those. I don't know if I want to name the side: the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the evil, the wicked, the just, the righteous.
Well,
I don't know, speak
I,
however you want to put it, but like it seems like that is what's going on the further we go along.
I don't necessarily think that a lot of people are being evil. I honestly think that a lot of people are just ignorant. They're just lazy to find out what the truth is. Maybe they're preoccupied with their life. I really don't know. But during these times, you can't be preoccupied with your life. You really can't. You have to know what's going on, because especially if you have a family with children that go to school, you need to be aware of what the hell's going on.
Yep.
And I saw these problems. It's weird because I saw these problems happening in California, which is why I decided to put my daughter in doing homeschool, because I knew putting her in the public school system, as my son was exiting the public school system, I definitely, lucky for him, I was able to at least tell him that you got to play the game of the public school system. The truth of the matter is, you need to find out what the real truth is, because a lot of your teachers are not going to teach you that. And lucky for you, you have a dad like me who's a, quote, conspiracy theorist at the time. So I was fortunate enough to put my girl into a private homeschool program, and she's been doing well, and she doesn't learn any of that SJW stuff, man. She doesn't.
Absolutely not, I'm sure.
She does not. And she's learning Latin, dude, and I'm talking about like old school Latin language, which is kind of cool, because I thought that language was a dying language, but apparently there's still, at least with the schools that she's going through, they're teaching her that stuff, and I think that's really, really beneficial for her, because now she gets to see the root word, where the root word of whatever word she's learning. You know what I mean? Because a lot of root words in English come from Latin. So, yeah, man, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Very cool.
But yeah,
good. That's good though.
But I mean, you see it, dude. You guys talk about this on your In the Dark shows, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of, it kind of lines up with that too, right?
Yeah, crazy stuff. Got a lot of crazy stuff. You talk about transhumanism, you talk about what they want to do with the human body, you talk about, the way that they're already apparently bringing people back to life.
No way, dude. Are you serious?
What do you think about that, Speak?
No.
Talk about that for This Is News,
Are you serious? I didn't know that they were doing things like that.
Yeah. There's this whole center in Arizona, of all places, right? The place where they are having us the number one battleground for election integrity and America First, Republic restoration, Arizona. They also have a center there where they've talked about bringing people back to life. Actually, their first world, transhuman world problems are things like the FDA and what they consider to be a cadaver or a dead body.
Wow.
Because we can't do anything with their bodies until they are, according to the FDA, dead. And then once that happens, we can bring them back to life.
So you're talking about like freshly dead people.
Well, that's the thing. What does the FDA consider dead, and how soon do they bring them back to life? I think the lady who we showed a video of her having a round table, one that wouldn't capsize on See in the Dark.
So that's the round table that you guys were talking about.
Yeah, on See in the Dark, right? One that wouldn't capsize. And she was talking about some people who'd been dead for, it sounded like people from the past who'd been dead for a minute who came back, but she didn't describe in any specific terms the condition of the individual who was resuscitated from the physical state, the physical symptoms of death, right? No heartbeat, lack of temperature, no brain, wave, activity.
Yeah.
But now have all of that stuff returning to them. Didn't stay in any specific terms what that person is like. Like, are they just a reanimated corpse, or do they have personality? Do they have their soul back? She didn't say any of that. She just said they're coming back to life. Right?
No, man, that's wrong, dude.
And that's in Arizona. And so yeah, this is news, and then transhumanism and all the above and all the below speak.
That is absolutely wrong, dude, because so we all have an expiration date, which means, and my understanding about death is that God gives us a soul, right? He breathes life into us, and when we go to that eternal sleep, that soul goes back to him until the day of judgment, right? So when you're when you're putting human hands into like bringing back the dead, that is definitely not of God, man. That's definitely
that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
sir.
No, that is not of God, dude, and that could be a different kind of spirit that's in there, dude.
The lady who was talking about this said that she had purchased a plan to have that done with her body, because these people, their goal all along is to, of course, extend their life by putting their conscious energy, their soul, into something else to extend it or whatever. They say they already do this. They say they already do this. But anyways, she purchased a plan back in the 90s.
That is crazy.
So if they were doing this in the 90s and they knew that they could resuscitate a corpse to whatever condition, they never said what it was. They just said they did it. Imagine what they're doing now.
It's just a shell, dude. It's just,
I don't know. Speak. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe what comes back in that vessel is something that's not even.
No, it's not. Dude. And to be honest, man, like the souls that we have are not even ours. They're not ours, man. It was paid in blood, bro. It was paid in blood. And I know I'm bringing out my beliefs again, but like I said,
it's your channel, sir. It's your show.
Right. But I just, this is the eyes that I look. These
are the lens you look at life.
Yes, through. This is how I look at things now. And
yeah,
our so-called soul has already been paid for, dude. So we don't even own it to begin with. We don't. And when you sign a contract like that, dude, like you're foolish. I don't know, man. That is crazy, dude. Like, you're investing in something that you don't even, like, how can you even say it's yours when you're gone? How can you even say it's yours even when you're living, I don't know, man. That is crazy, bro. And that's definitely something for your In the Dark show, which would be interesting, man. Will you guys be talking about that anytime soon, or?
Actually, yeah. We'll be doing a See in the Dark on Saturday, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about it at the end of the show. But we'll do one on Saturday. But also that'll be with me and Java, because we're still tackling transhumanism. I feel like we haven't even really gotten into the depth of it, and we're already like 7 or 8 shows in, I think.
There's something that I want to shoot over to you. I was supposed to shoot it over to Java too. There's this other content creator that I follow on YouTube, and he does really good. Like, he goes really in depth into the transhumanism thing. And I want to shoot. I'll shoot it to you via email after the show, and you might get some good ideas from that. But yeah, you definitely want to check out he has a really solid channel, man.
I'll definitely do that, because we might actually do a See in the Dark on Thursday evening. I'm not going to be on the air on Friday. Again, we'll talk about it later, but Thursday we might do a sneak attack See in the Dark and talk some transhumanism.
Cool, man. If I have nothing tomorrow night, that'll be tomorrow night.
That'll be tomorrow night.
I don't think I have anything going. If I did,
God willing, that's what we'll be doing, but we'll see.
Oh, he will it, man. If you're shining light upon darkness, he will it, dude.
Pray for me.
I always do. No, I seriously,
Thank you.
dude, I
No,
always
I know.
do,
I'm
bro.
playing with you guys, but I know. I do. Thank you so much.
Even though you think I'm joking around, I do, man. Everybody in my circle that's, that means something to me, I pray for them, dude. I really do. I really, really do. All right. So, here's the other article. This is your article.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I forgot we're doing that.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
All right.
Just kidding.
Well, hold on. Let me X this thing out just for you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. In fact, do you have do you have a immersive reader? Just kidding. Because that would be great.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
That is like, so you
like a robo reader or something?
No, it takes away all of the ads. It takes away everything.
Yeah.
And it's just the text.
I don't think I have anything like that. Yeah.
It's all good, sir.
Yeah.
That would be great. But no, I'm just kidding.
That's a bit too high tech for me, man.
No, it's just it's more of a low tech type of
you see how
web
computer
browser.
You see how computer illiterate I am. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I'll find out. Anyhow, all right, this is your article, sir, whenever you're ready.
Okay, yeah, so this is from Breitbart, and the article says human trafficked teen who killed her rapist is ordered to pay $150,000
what the
in restitution.
Freak? Are you serious, dude? So now the victims have to pay for that, right? When they're trying not to be a victim.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Oh, this is a perfect segue to my article coming up after yours. This is perfect.
Well, it's crazy. It's like there was also a recent story out in New York, I think, too. It was something like this, where a man who stopped a shooting by taking a shotgun to the shooter, the police turned on him. And the article read like the Babylon Bee. It was all man surprised. Man who stopped shooting with shotgun surprised police turn on him.
Oh, jeez, man.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's crazy, isn't it? It's like the people who get sued in court by the trespasser when they shoot but don't kill him.
Well, that's the problem in New York, is because you really don't know who's there to help the cops, and you don't know who's against the cops, because that's how lawless it is over there right now.
Yeah.
That's what happens when there's lawlessness. Like, even the cops become kind of paranoid.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so this article from Breitbart says a teenage human trafficking victim was sentenced on Tuesday to 5 years of closely supervised probation and ordered to pay $150,000 in restitution to the family of the man who raped her multiple times.
It's crazy, dude.
It says Piper Lewis, 17, was initially charged with first-degree murder for killing Zachary Brooks, 37, in Des Moines, Iowa, in June 2020. She pleaded guilty the following year to involuntary manslaughter and willful injury, with each charge carrying a 10-year sentence, the Associated Press reported. You would think that she would get that all expunged or removed, or there should not even be charges against her, in my opinion.
Nope,
but
there should not.
Her prison sentences were deferred by Polk County District Judge David M. Porter, but with the stipulation that if she violates her probation, she may have to serve 20 years in jail. In addition to her probation, sentences, and fines, the judge ordered Lewis to carry out 200 hours of community service each year for the next 3 years and be placed at a women's center in Des Moines, where she will be required to wear a GPS tracking device, the New York Times noted. Before her arrest, Lewis, then 15 years old, ran away from her home to escape her abusive mother, according to officials via the Associated Press.
That is so sad, man.
Isn't this so crazy?
What
they're doing to her?
That is very
what
sad.
the hell is going on in Iowa?
It's very sad.
all Marionette Miller Meeks, get on this. Fix this right now, Marionette Miller Meeks. A teenage human trafficking victim who was initially charged with first-degree murder after she stabbed her accused rapist to death, has been sentenced to 5 years probation in order to pay $150,000 restitution to the man that was raping her family.
This is nuts.
His family. That's crazy, guy.
It is.
That's crazy.
This is such an upside down world we're living in, dude.
There's no reason to give up hope. Dude. Oh, well, we'll talk about this a little bit. Anyways, the article says at some point, she ended up sleeping in the hallways of an apartment building in Des Moines when she was abducted and trafficked by an unidentified 28-year-old man to be forced to have sex with other men, one of those men being Brooks, who raped her multiple times. Lewis was held at knife point by the 28-year-old man and forced to have sex with Brooks, where she said she was raped again.
Dude.
Following the sexual assault, Lewis grabbed a knife next to the bed and stabbed Brooks over 30 times out of anger. While police and prosecutors do not dispute that Lewis was trafficked and sexually assaulted, they claim Brooks was sleeping at the time of the attack and did not present an immediate danger to the team.
Are you freaking kidding me, dude?
Isn't that sad that they're making an excuse for him?
Holy mackerel. What is going on in that
An
state?
excuse for him. I bet you this is a George Soros DA.
Dude, what is going on in that state, man? For real.
How much you want to bet this is a George Soros DA? I do not doubt it. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. No justice for the victim, right? Because he was asleep, he wasn't an immediate threat to her life.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy,
man. So this is what the victim, who is a victim here, Lewis was arrested the following day and placed in juvenile detention for the next 2 years, where she obtained her high school GED. She claimed that she had minimal contact with her family while detained. Before she was sentenced, Lewis told the court that she is a different person since her arrest. It's ridiculous that happened, though. Like, she was arrested at all. She should have been sent to a freaking psychiatrist and maybe some kind of foster home or something like that. I don't know.
I think it would have been.
It's the murder, right?
I think could have ended up the same way if she went through a social services, Because they're not any better, man. Social services people.
You mean she would have ended up stabbing someone to death?
No. Yeah. Either way, yeah. No. Either way, yeah. Because you're talking about she should have gotten help instead of running away. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying she should have not been arrested and fined and all this stuff.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. She shouldn't have.
She was being trafficked. That's part of an entire culture. So, regardless of whether or not he was a physical threat to her, she's not in any state of mind. She's being held at knife point to have sex with multiple men. Mm-hmm. So for her, she's always in this mentality of fight or flight, regardless of whether or not he's asleep. As far as she knows, if he wakes up, they're going to hold her down at knife point again, and they're going to rape her again. Do the same thing,
yep.
Exactly. So she kills him, but they're saying this. I bet you it's a George Soros DA or something like that. This person's like, oh, well, he was asleep. Her life wasn't in danger. Hello. Her life's been in danger every time everyone's awake,
mm-hmm.
So it's just a shame that they ruled that way, is what I'm saying. Instead of like sending her to jail, they should, instead of a juvenile detention facility, I think maybe like a high facility, like foster building, or maybe I don't know. So there's got to be something else. The system better than I do, that they could send her instead of like that.
I wouldn't even trust that, dude, to be honest.
Yeah, man. It's probably no better in that juvenile detention facility. But there's got to be like, I don't know, a juvenile halfway house, or I don't know, a convent they can send her to.
I would even pray that at least she has one family member out there who's like,
no kidding, right?
Who's an actual
talking about. They should find a family member that cares about her.
Exactly. There has to be at least one out there, dude. There has to be.
Yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah, they should at least return her to someone who can care for her. That's a family member.
Right. She's only 15.
Yep.
Oh gosh, man.
Mm-hmm. So anyhow, Lewis says that her story can change things. Her story changed her. And the events that took place on that horrific day cannot be changed as much as I wish I could. Why? He was raping her.
Yep.
He's the unlucky one of all of them. You know, it should have been the trafficker that got stabbed, not the rapist, but the trafficker is the one who afforded all of those rapists that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between murder and a self-defense.
Absolutely.
Self-defense.
Self-defense. It's arguable about her having forethought and malice, but at the
Again, dude,
at,
she's
no,
being
but at the
raped
same
every time they're awake.
no,
She is
yes,
in fight or flight mode.
and no, what I'm saying is that I'm not agreeing with what they said was correct, but yes, there is an argument. I'm saying yes, there is an argument for that, but if you look at the totality of things, it definitely wasn't murder, dude. It was not. I mean, what if that's the only way she could have flee? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but and I'm not trying to say that. Oh yeah, they're right. What I'm trying to say is that there's an argument for it, but the totality of things doesn't show that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The article concludes, and this is also angering speak. The last sentence is, Lewis also calls herself a survivor, parentheses, but prosecutors objected to that claim, saying she failed to take responsibility for stabbing Brooks.
Oh my
really?
goodness, dude.
Really? Iowa? Really?
Dude. Okay, so she's a victim of this thing.
Total
and now they're making her feel like she's the bad person.
She's not even taking victim mentality. She's saying I can show people how to be strong, and they're still finding, and they just ruined her life. After that ruined her life,
I would pray not. I would pray that she would have this mentality of F you, man. Like, no, what you're saying is full of shit, and no, I am a survivor. I hope she has that kind of strong mentality.
It sounds like she does, dude.
I hope so.
Because she's not letting what the system did to her get her down. You notice that, right? She got a GED. She's talking to the paper about her experience to build people up. It sounds like she is not letting it get her down. So hopefully she continues in that, kind of energy.
But it's experiences like this that make, because
people like you feel bad about humanity.
No. Okay, that's her picture right there, right? That's her. That's her, right? I'm assuming that's her. So being that she's black, she's probably going to look at cops in a very, very negative way now.
Well, you could say that, but maybe not. Look at her. Look at her. Look at what she said. She said to the paper that this experience changed her. She's not saying F the police, defund the police,
No, but what I'm saying is that every time she has contact with them now, she's going to think that they're out to get her because they let her down.
Well, you know what? I will have her on the C Report and ask her if she thinks that about cops. No, just because I just, you know me.
Good luck trying to
I'm
get
an
her,
asshole.
man.
I'm an asshole. Just
she's 15. How are you gonna do that?
She's 17 now, dude.
Well, she's still a minor. You can't get her on.
She's 18, not in Texas. No, just kidding. You're right. I'll have to wait until she's 18 to ask her about this experience. And tell her,
if you can get her,
like, do you really want justice? Because you deserve not to pay that family. You didn't take away a father of 5 children. You took away a freaking selfish and visceral man who had his way with you.
Well, if she was smart, what she would do is she would sue the state of Iowa for wrongly arresting her.
Yeah, no kidding.
And sue them for that, and then you'll be like, okay, you want $150,000? Well, I'm going to sue the state for X amount of millions of dollars, and you can, I'll give you your $150,000.
And in the perfect world speak, that will not that they will be sued individually, so it cannot be in the line of duty, and it'll come out of taxpayer dollars. It'll come out of their own pocket.
No,
In the
yeah,
perfect world, I said.
yeah,
In the
yeah,
perfect
yeah,
world.
yes.
I'm on
but
the perfect
actually,
world, I said.
no, but actually, you know what? Now that you're talking about that, as I was leaving, the whole law enforcement thing, there were talks about them taking away, man, what was it called again? Where cops are covered, man, what
By
is?
litigation or whatever, like
Yeah,
they're covered, like the state will pay, or
yeah,
the
the
city will pay
depart
for their
yeah
litigation.
the department or the state or whatever will pay for that. Yeah, they were talking, there were talks about that, taking that away in I think in New York they were seriously talking about that, and also in California. So that's.
I just think that really depends. It depends on the case, and I know that can go either way depending on who is like overseeing that case or whatever. But
I'll try to pull it up.
If they're doing something unconstitutional, I think they should absolutely pay for it themselves. But if it's something that they're doing and it's with the right, modus and intention and all that stuff, and well-meaning, I see why. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be protected to some extent. But if it is in fact they're being unconstitutional, I think they should pay for it out of their own pocket. They chose to break the law of the land, and they should pay for it.
Yes, no, I agree, but man, I'll pull that article up next week for the for next week's show. But yeah, there were talks about. I totally forgot what the terminology is for that, where it's where cops are protected. I'll bring that article up next week. But yeah,
Cool.
there's talks about taking that away from cops, and that's definitely going to be a big thing where either cops are going to quit or they're just not going to do their job anymore, man, which is kind of. No, it's not Miranda rights. It's not Miranda rights, Tamargrau. It's some Miranda rights are something that you read to the people that you're arresting. It's just a reminder to tell them that they have these rights. And it's funny because even sometimes when you do read those rights, man, people just can't shut the fuck up. They just can't, man, for reals. Like sometimes, to make.
You're like, it can and will be used against you.
Okay. So here's a prime example here's a prime example of sometimes I would give them a subtle hint, right? So let's say you have, like, for example, I'm just gonna throw this example out there. So I witnessed these two guys fighting, right? I know based on what I observed who is the victim and who is the suspect. I can determine that, right? So I go to the suspect and I ask them I tell them first, I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights. Okay, I tell them that, and I would read the Miranda rights card to the person and look at them in a certain way. And then at the end of each question, like at the end of me reading the whole rights from the card, I ask them, do you want to talk about the incident? Like I would tell them in a way where I'm telling them to shut the fuck up. Because it'll be easier for me to write a report, and it'll be better for you not to say anything to me.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't tell them anything. I just kind of look at, I kind of give them some kind of eye. Because I don't want to write a long ass report. Not to mention, dude, that now you really have to, if it's just you. Sometimes you get the feeling that it's just a fight for at a moment. It's just one of those things that two guys just decided, okay, let's just sell this right here, right now, kind of deal. If it was a murder case, then yeah, that's different because now I have to dig. But if it's something because oh yeah, that guy stole a pack of cigarettes from me, so I beat him up. So it's like, fuck, man, I don't need to write a detailed report about this shit. Like, don't tell me shit. I'm trying to tell them that don't tell me anything, bro. Just say you don't want to talk about it. So
Just
yeah,
use your rights. Ah.
yeah. That's basically what I would not signal, but like I would give him a certain look. Anyhow. Oh, John Voight. I see his picture there. I actually saw him in person,
Oh,
and
did you now?
this was like years ago in California at one
Nice.
of the horse races,
Uh-huh.
and my daughter she had to be like maybe 3 or 4 years old, and she was with us, and he goes, "Oh, you have such a very beautiful daughter." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." I almost wanted to say, "Aren't you Angelina Jolie's dad?" or something like that. I almost wanted to say that, but I didn't. Anyhow, I just said it because right here. I mean, if you could see if you can see his pictures right there, I'll show you right here, man. His pictures.
I was like, no, yeah. Oh yeah, John Voight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on the article.
Yeah,
right
he's
there.
he's a great patriot.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that till like later on. Anyhow.
Oh, that he's a great patriot? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so here is. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next article. And
Awesome.
like I said, that article that you had right there was a perfect segue and a perfect way for the last article of the night, which would be this. You able to see it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what someone put a pretty grim spin on that speak. Someone was like, basically the Illinois mayor has made way for the purge in 2023.
Yeah, no, I hear a lot of people saying that
Yeah.
they're calling it the purge, which is kind of true. I mean, I think the purge is not necessarily going out killing people. I think the purge is more like you're going to see a lot of Illinoisans moving out of that state because of this. Yeah.
No kidding.
Well, I mean, this is only is it the whole is it the whole state or just the one city? Is it just Chicago?
I think I saw somewhere that it was the whole state, but I could be wrong.
Oof.
I could be wrong, but I think I heard somewhere it was the whole state.
Because if it's the mayor who's passing it, then this is just the state, no?
Yeah, it could just be the city.
Oh, Tamagraw, you said you can't see a thing. Is the article not showing up on the Foxhole or on the screen out there? It should be. I mean, I see it on my end as far as like, home base is concerned. I see it. Do you see it out there? No? Are you able to see home base?
Let me see real quick, guys. For me, over at pilled.net, over at the foxhole.app, we are good, sir. I see an article about a massive threat. Oh wait, hold on. No, yeah, I'm live over there. Let's see here. Yep.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm 5x5, but that's just me.
No, because I see it too at home base. I think, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it. It's clear. Anyhow. Okay, so here's the article. It comes from foxnews.com. It was published on September 12th. And this one was published by Emma Colton out of Fox News. Article reads, Illinois mayor drops hammer on new state law. It is state. On new state law eliminating cash bail. Massive threat. Well, I'll tell you what, man. The state of California is already doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it in my own eyes, man. I saw these people getting booked in, hours later being released. It's ridiculous.
Don't doubt.
It's ridiculous, man. We must not allow this law to stand as passed, the mayor warns. Well, I think it's
so the mayor of Chicago that's not Chicago. Who's warning against this?
Let's see.
Is this the mayoral candidate?
No, it says here Illinois mayor drops hammer on new state law.
Oh, so it's an Illinois mayor. This Illinois mayor is I'm thinking Chicago, right? Anyways, but like obviously it's Lightfoot, but like this Illinois mayor is warning. He's sending out a warning to the people, and he's speaking over the entire state.
Yes. So it says here, an Illinois mayor sounded the alarm on, quote, how dangerous a state law that eliminates cash bail will be, arguing communities will be left more vulnerable to and victims of crimes will lose their well, we kind of saw that with the last article, right? Lose their constitutional rights. We must not allow this law to stand as passed. Orland Park Mayor Keith Pickow said Tuesday at a town meeting, I can't even begin to tell you how dangerous this act is. And here's the thing, dude. Like, if you have something to protect yourself, and you know what I'm talking about, you'd probably be charged as the bad guy in all this thing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? The Orland Village Board unanimously passed a resolution Tuesday demanding state legislators work with public safety representatives to address problems they see with the Safety, Accountability, and Fairness Equity. Dude, this is such a long name. Today Act. Safety Act is what it's called. The more like Salty Nuts Act.
You're plugging his show too, or no?
The village is mostly located in Cook County, the most populated county in the state. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker signed the bill into law last year. Provisions such as eliminating cash bail will take effect on January 1st. Dude, I can already hear the movie The Purge, you know, that you know what I'm talking about, right?
I've never seen it. I don't want to see it, but I know.
You've never seen that movie?
About. I will never watch that movie ever. There's no one that could ever make me watch that movie. Okay.
Wow,
like, I'm one of those people that will not bring that reality. I won't even entertain it. Speak. I know you're all for it, but you know.
No, I'm not for it, man.
I know you're not. I'm just playing.
I would never want that to actually happen, man. That's a scary thing. That is a very scary thing.
Indeed.
You know,
sir.
Maybe when I was younger and didn't care so much about my relationship with Christ, maybe, I was like, hell yeah, dude, it's time to, but no, it's not a good idea. Anyhow, the law makes Illinois the first state in the country to eliminate cash bail. Well, I think they've already kind of done that in California, though. It wouldn't necessarily be the... I mean, they didn't... It's called I think it's called a no bail... It's called a no bail thing in California. I don't know. It's been a while. Illinois posed to end cash bail. Okay. Let's see. The Safety Act. Safety, huh? Okay, you see how funny that they call these things, they give them these names that mean the opposite? The Safety Act will also restrict who can be arrested, increase eligibility for probation for people convicted of some drug crimes, among other changes to policing and police training. Supporters of the law say it will make the criminal justice system more fair for Black, Latino, and minority communities. This is... I don't know what to say about that, man.
Yeah.
Who thought of this idea?
Probably a minority.
This is nuts, dude. This is so crazy, man. The legislation.
It's another George Soros DA or someone like that. You know, it's someone of those origins.
That's something that you probably have to do a dig on, but I wouldn't doubt it. I definitely wouldn't doubt it. The legislation has been criticized by politicians and law enforcement officials across the state, with Pickow going over in the town meeting the different ways the community will reportedly suffer if the law is implemented as is. Someone could decide to live in your shed, and all we can do is give them a ticket, said Pickow.
Isn't that crazy? Sorry, that's crazy.
Well, that's why you have certain things in that shed that make sure that they won't stay in that shed. Like maybe
what?
like a poisonous snake or something.
Make sure you put one in there, okay?
Oh man, I got to put the alarm system in there, the security system. I got to put the rattlesnake in there.
You gotta put the rattlesnake in there. You gotta put the black scorpions in there.
And you got to take him in and out all the time. Who is currently running for Congress? This is a mass threat to residents of Orland Park, Cook County, and Illinois. Safety Act abolishes cash bail for almost every offense. Individuals on electronic monitoring must be in violation for 48 hours before law. Dude, 48 hours? Are you freaking kidding me, dude? It only takes a couple hours for them to freaking disappear somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Prohibits officers from removing trespassers from your residence or business, man.
They can go like states. They can like travel like how many states away by the time?
It depends on where they're at. You know,
That's true. Actually, that's true. They could definitely leave Texas in 48 hours.
It's crazy, dude. They can go down.
They
to
can
Mexico.
leave the country.
Yeah, they can go down to Mexico, dude. This is crazy, dude.
Insane.
I never thought in a lifetime that I would see this actually happening, but it's actually happening, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is nuts. But it doesn't end here, said Pacau. There is currently a bill in front of the House to remove school resource officers. Wow, you need, especially with mass shootings, you really need these school resource officers from our schools, which means no school resource officers at Sandburg High School. The city of Chicago has already done this, he said. I personally do not want to see the city of Chicago become the standard of how we conduct public safety because they have abandoned their police officers, abandoned their residents, and created a war zone full of criminals. Well, Chicago has been a it's been a problem for years already. Ever since, man. Ever since the Al Capone time. Ever since Prohibition time, dude. It's just been crazy over there.
Mm-hmm.
A press release from Orland Park Village states that abolishing cash bail will affect almost every offense, including, here's the list, guys, kidnapping, armed robbery, second-degree murder, drug-induced homicide, aggravated DUI, threatening a public official, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. Okay, so they can threaten a cop and just not, I don't know, whatever, man. Town leadership also argued that victims of crimes will be denied their constitutional rights. Wow. Well,
damn.
What does that mean, though? Like, what are they saying that? Okay, so when they say constitutional rights, is that code word for Second Amendment? Like, you'll be denied?
There's no way anyone could do that.
That's
well, I mean, on paper. Speak.
On paper, yes.
You have no faith, man. They're just kidding. You have plenty of faith. I'm saying you have plenty of faith, just not, Just
look at the state of this world, man.
You have faith. Yes,
look, I mean, hey, all I got to say is look at the state of this world, dude. I mean, you tell me, how much faith should I have in this world?
I'm not saying anyone should have faith in anything that they don't want to have faith in. Speak.
I have faith, but it's just a different faith. It's in my opinion, this is where my faith should be anyway. Anyhow.
All good.
Let's see. Town leadership. Okay. Okay. So I read that part. Where am I? Dude, I lost it. Okay. Town leadership also argued that victims of crimes will be denied their constitutional rights, denounced how offenders released on electronic monitoring devices will need to be in violation of their parole for 48 hours before police can act. 40, dude, really, man? I mean, we talked about this. It only takes a couple hours, man, to get out.
Yeah.
The police will no longer be available to remove trespassers from a residence or business. And here's another thing. Like, I don't think cops are going to give the effort of doing this when you can't really do anything. They're not going to give the effort. Trust me, they're not. They're not.
Yeah, I mean, they're like 2 days. Why even bother?
Why do I have to take a few hours out of my time to arrest this guy, to get him booked into jail, to write a report? Why? And
why do your job?
Well, it's kind of like, yeah, why do your job? Why? You know, you're doing all this work, and you're gonna let him go, or you're not even gonna put him in jail. So what's the point of all this? What is it? Why even have a police force if we can't even enforce the laws? Why? That's basically what it sounds like, you know. It's like they won't stop until they destroy our community. Hey man, you said it best. Pacquiao said at the meeting, "We all need to take a stand against this. This is a very dangerous bill." Pacquiao also sent a letter to the governor informing him of Orland Park's unanimously adopted resolution and doubling down on his criticisms of the legislation. The legislation of nearly 800 pages, 800 pages, was poorly drafted, passed in the middle of the night with little to no public debate or review. Okay, so they passed this thing in the middle of the night when there's like the public is not even there to even discuss. Yep. This
sounds like their standard operating procedure.
These motherfuckers, man, for reals, dude.
Sounds like their standard operating procedure.
And I'm not trying to freaking cuss here, but man, I tell you, some of these things, dude, it's very snaky, dude, how they do these things. These people are evil, man. They're evil. They're just pure evil. And contain various reactionary requirements inconsistent with long-standing and sound jurisprudence. The letter, which was provided to Fox News Digital, states, the Orland Park Village Board demands that state lawmakers own up to the mistakes they have made with the erroneously named do I have to say it? Safety Act. Oh man, the names they give these things. And get rid of the dangerous provisions of the Safety Act that hamper the ability of law enforcement to pursue and arrest offenders. Like what I said, dude, what's the point of doing all that work when they're not gonna prosecute? This is stupid, dude.
Yep.
The letter, which was sent on Friday, has gone unanswered, Pacquiao told Fox News Digital on Monday. Orland Park leaders are far from alone in decrying the law. How much more of this article do I have? Oh, okay. Not much left. Former state attorney and current state rep Patrick Windhorst said this month that the elimination of cash bail will reduce public safety and lead to more crime in Illinois. Winnebago County State's Attorney Jay Hanley wrote a recent op-ed outlining that 400 criminal defendants will be released back into our community due to the law. And Johnson, there you go, there's that name again. Johnson County Sheriff Peter
Long Johnson
Sopsack.
Sopsack? Johnson Sopsack. Man, what a name, dude. Johnson Sopsack.
No, it's in Johnson County, and he's
my bad.
The sheriff of Johnson County is Sheriff Sopsack.
Oh yeah, we had what was the name of that one guy? Judge Shoeshart. He sharts on his shoes in Texas. Yeah.
Anyways, Sopsack warned that the gates are open and criminals and suspects are going to be let out onto the streets. The Democratic governor has meanwhile celebrated the Safety Acts as one of the supporters local police departments with funds and equipment such as cameras, and that the elimination of cash bail will prevent low-level crimes from sitting in jails for months. Yeah, that was also one of the premises for California. And look where California is now. Mm-hmm. We don't want someone in jail because they were arrested for a low-level crime like shoplifting to be sitting in jail for months or maybe even years, Pritzker said last month, according to the Center Square. At the same time, someone who is a wealthy drug dealer, perhaps accused of murder and arrested, can show up with a suitcase full of money and get out of jail. The governors did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital's request for comment on Orland Park leadership's criticism. The change of the state's criminal justice system comes after Chicago saw its highest homicide rate in 25 years. They've always had the highest one, right? I'm just saying, per capita. In 2021, and the city continues to struggle with crimes such as carjackings, illegal street racings, shootings, and robberies. So that was the article, man.
There you go.
Well, okay, so they're saying here that they don't want to have to deal with people who shoplift. Well, the cops don't even go out to calls for shoplifting anymore in California.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty bad, sir.
It is, man.
Pretty bad.
It is. It's horrible, man. It's horrible.
That's why we have all that runaway shoplifting everywhere in California these days.
Dude, they don't even shoplift anymore, man. They just loot. They just straight up loot.
Straight up loot.
They just straight up loot. They said, you know what? The cops ain't going to come. And what are they going to do? Even if they do come, there's hundreds of us here. Like, we outnumber them. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, man.
It's a terrible thing, guy.
It's the world we live in now. You know,
it's just the way things are at the moment.
Well, it's been a minute, man. It's been
since the beginning of
mankind. We got Eve to blame to eat, eat that apple, man, or that.
What? You chauvinist! You chauvinist!
I'm just joking.
We have Eve to blame. Spoken like a true man of God.
I'm just messing around, dude.
Whatever, you chauvinist, you believe it.
Anyhow,
you better not say that to your wife. I'm just kidding.
I can say that to my wife, man. See, that's the thing.
It's like, I don't believe in Eve anyways.
Hey, you've seen how my wife and I talk. We can joke around like that with each other.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You guys are cute.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, man. Kiss, thank you so much for dropping those cookies. And also, most importantly, being here, but even dropping those links. Thank you so much. Disco Ball Chaser is out there too. What?
Is Disco Ball Chaser hanging around?
Yeah, she's out there somewhere. He's talking about a series on the USA Network. Oh. Is the USA Network even still around? I remember watching those late night B-rated, close to porn movies in the USA.
Soft porn movies and stuff.
Yeah, like
softcore.
Like Porky's or something like that. Let's see.
That is funny.
Yeah. So anyhow, I guess that concludes tonight's show. We went a little bit over, but we made it in good time, even though I kind of went on a tangent on things.
Oh, yeah, it was all fun and pertinent, sir.
But you always like that. See, every time that you're pretty good at drawing me out that way, though. It happens because you draw me out, man.
Yeah, it's a knack I have with some people, I guess.
Yeah, well, you definitely press the right button there.
I definitely have that knack. Anyway.
Oh yeah, okay. So Disco Ball Chaser says The Purge is a series on. It's also
a series of movies.
Yeah, it's. I was referring to the movies, but yeah, I do understand that they do have a TV show on that, but I've never watched it. I don't care too much about TV.
I would never watch that movie.
No,
never ever, no, because it's gratuitous violence. I mean, the last gratuitously violent movie I think I saw was Hostel 1, maybe, and that was after Saw 1. I never saw another Saw after that. Saw 1 was the last one I saw.
Man, Saw is pretty. I mean, I've never seen it, but I've heard about it, and I've seen like trailers of it, and it seems like really hardcore, man.
I would never watch those again, ever.
Huh.
No, I would never watch those again, ever. Do you hear me?
Well, I watched The Purge, years ago. And what I do...
Well, they have like 20 of them now, don't they?
I don't think
they tend to do that.
Kind of like Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Exactly. franchise that death
Man,
and destruction.
okay, so why did they make the Friday 13th movies go out that far, and all of a sudden Freddy doesn't get, the whole Nightmare on Elm Street series? It doesn't go past number 4 or whatever.
Go figure. Freddy has a whole bunch of them, though. He has like 6 or so, doesn't he? I mean, there's Freddy Goes to Hell.
No, I think there's only like 4 movies of Freddy.
No, there's more than that.
I think
and then there's the Freddy and Jason and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, dude. Freddy beat Jason.
I don't doubt it. I mean, he is a man of dreams.
Yeah, but Jason doesn't sleep.
How
could that movie even be made, right? Like,
exactly. I don't know. I never saw it.
It's crazy, dude. Crazy.
Never saw it, sir.
But anyways, like, what I wanted to say about The Purge was the reason why I watched movies like that, or even like The Walking Dead or anything like that, is because I use those things as kind of learning, like training for myself. Like, if the world was to become like this, what would I do in certain situations? So that's the reason why I like to watch things like that, because it's a learning thing for me. Like, how am I going to survive? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't watch it for the entertainment value of it, because I already know it's BS. It's not BS, because it's truth. They're explaining truth through movies, yes, but I look at it as an opportunity for me to learn about what I would do in certain situations if that was me. So that's just the way I kind of, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Disco Ball Chaser says, yeah, there's 6 Freddy films. Must have Googled it or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I never saw any of them, so,
Yeah, I watched some of those Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was scared to go to sleep. This was back in the 80s. Yeah. Anyhow, so before I let you go, what you got going? These next few shows that you got coming up, and
cool. Thanks for having me on again. It's been fun hanging out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, really, Friday there's going to be no shows. It's my birthday on Friday.
What?
So, like, yeah. So
what you got planned, bro?
Family and friends are going to be coming. We'll be hosting a soiree here at the C studio. So no shows on Friday, which is a shame, because I've been on a roll with like Texas News and Lone Star News and the C Report, just having fun with it. Working on some more interviews for the show, for the C Report, just for the channel in general, and Mr. CTV.
That was an awesome interview you had with Favorino.
Did you like the Favorito interview? Yeah. That's awesome. Thanks for that feedback. Yeah, it was a fun time. And so doing that, and then also, the C section. Are you in the C section yet or no?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I just posted a This Is News kind of like advertisement kind of graphic over there. So, and I've been encouraging people to join the C section over at pill.net and the foxhole.app. In fact, I just dropped the link in the chat room over there. So it's for people who want to, just commune around the C section. It's for repeat offenders. It's for the mods. It's for fans and audience members of the show. And of course, you're one of those family members speak. And so check that out, guys. No shows Friday. Possibly doing a sneak attack See in the Dark tomorrow night with Java, and also on Saturday at midnight. There is a President Trump rally on Saturday, but again, I might be out of town for the birthday. So
I was about to say I'm gonna be in your neck of the woods on Saturday. I got a gig out there, and it's only a couple hours
for my birthday. No, just kidding. It's El Dia del Grito, which is the Mexican Day of Independence holiday. So my twin and I, we're worshipped in Mexico whenever we go down there, Just kidding. I'm just playing. Anyways, guys, so yeah, that's about it. Speak as far as whatever I got going on my end. Join the C section here at pill.net. We got some activities going on over there. Visit us tomorrow for the C Report at 7:30 Central Time. And, get some C swag over at Shop Mr. C TV online.
Yes, please support Mr. C. I mean, he's always working hard to give you guys the news. He digs for the truth, and his intentions are well. So please support our man out there, so we can help grow his channel. You know, let's help him grow, so then we can get more of the truth out there as far as the political part goes. Yes, please.
I appreciate you so much, Speak.
Always, man. And we're gonna miss you on the Sunday shows, but nonetheless, dude, you're always welcome to come in, make a cameo appearance, whatever. But
thanks, and
yeah,
you guys are gonna do great. I already know it. You guys are gonna do great.
Oh, dude, we've already discussed things, and because of that Barry Manilow show, it's opened doors to something else.
Absolutely, I can see it.
Yeah. We're gonna definitely get more serious about digging into other things within the entertainment world and bring that out to light, because I didn't think that the direction was gonna go this way, but I think it's gonna go there, which is cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So thank you again for being a part of This Is News, man. I always look at this as an opportunity to hang out with you more than it being work. It's always fun, dude. It always is fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I thank you.
But this is our work, though, isn't it, Speak? Isn't that fun?
Yeah, no, this is work. It does take work to do this. Absolutely. I mean, I'm telling you that I'm trying to make the intros and all that stuff and videos for this. It's work, dude. And even though I enjoy doing the work, it's at the end of the day, it's still something that it's work. It's still considered work.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and I'm really looking forward to making the intro song and the video for this show for sure. And like I said, if you ever need help with any kind of video stuff or even with the music stuff, dude, just give me a holler, bro. You know me, man. I'll help you, bro.
Appreciate, buddy. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, brother. If you have nothing else, I guess I'll see you in tomorrow's show. I'll be in your chat room.
Sweet, dude. All
Cool.
right. Well, take it easy. Give my regards to the family
As
and
with
everyone over at Foxhole Pilled and beyond.
As
you guys
with
have a great night.
You too, brother. Thank you. God bless.
God bless. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Al.
All right. Let me take us back here to the clouds. Yes. The soothing clouds of the sunset, I guess. It looks like it's the sun setting on that picture, right? Kind of looks like it. Well, I really want to thank Mr. C again, and I'm being sincere. Like, I'm asking you guys to support him, especially if you guys are, wanting to know what's going on in the world of politics and news. Follow him, support him. Please support him. And, like I said, for this channel, it's kind of a different channel. I go in a different direction here. Everything is, for me, ever since my awakening with God, it's just been that direction. And I'm so grateful for that. I really am, because it's definitely I look at things in a more different perspective, and for some odd reason I feel more at peace than I did before, when I was following politics. And God does answer prayers, man. He really does. He really does. Sea Dragon, what's going on, brother? If you don't follow the C-section, we will launch you into space with Mr. Sula. Oh, I can just hear that George Takei laugh. Sea Dragon never fails with the jokes, man. He's good. I really like Sea Dragon, man. I love you, brother. I really do. Anyhow, the bar will be open tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time, for my midday mix session. If you guys are interested in listening to a live mix, as because most of the people that I know here know that I DJ full time. So I try to share my talents with people here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I'll be on tomorrow, I should say today, at around 1 p.m. Central Time for the midday mix session. And then the bar will be open again on Sunday, 10 p.m. Central Time for Go Back to Sleep. And I tell you, man, this show that we started doing for Go Back to Sleep has become very, very fun and interesting. Very fun and interesting, and it's going in directions. And I've talked to Java yesterday, and we're already thinking about going in different areas of entertainment. Not just it started off as musical lyrics, the artist and the music videos, but now we're thinking that we're probably going to be digging deeper into it. So if that's something you guys are into, I would highly recommend that you come by. And then I will be open again on Monday, 10 p.m. Central Time, for My Journey with God, which is where the first half of the show I read scripture. And right now we're on the book of Mark. And I believe we're going to be starting on chapter 9 on that. So come by, And then I share my testimonies, my experiences that I have throughout the week. And I try to help inspire people to have that relationship with Christ, because it's, I was never one of these type of people, but now I am, and it's definitely, I've been definitely missing out of this. I've been definitely missing out from this for years and years and years and years, and I'm very excited about it. Now I want to share all my experiences with everybody. So I would encourage people to come by that show too. I've been seeing some growth in that show, and I'm very thankful. And then on the other part of that, I share videos that help inspire me with my faith. And last week we showed something about the death of the Queen, and also something like a brief history on Freemasonry. So it was very, 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 very interesting. Anyhow, please help support the bar too. There's different means of supporting the bar. You guys can make donations via Gold Pills, and I really appreciate that, from Tamer Grout and Kiss today. Thank you so much for those Gold Pills. You can also make contributions through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. The links are there somewhere in the description. Or if you're not able to financially support the show, or before I even say that, you can also financially support the show via my merch store. And I do have a new t-shirt out there, and I suck at marketing when it comes to that. So the link is I think Kiss dropped the link in there somewhere. So please come by and check it out. I have a brand new design out there. So I don't know. I have to make a commercial for this. It just makes things easier for everybody. You can also support the show by giving me a follow on the following social media outlets. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, CLOUTHUB, Gab, Twitter, Truth Social, YouTube, Rumble. What else? What's that channel? BitChute. And also Twitch. So please give me a follow. And also, if you're not following me on Pilled or Foxhole, please do so as well. Please do so as well. I know I'm talking too much here. Anyhow, thank you again for hanging out with the bartender. Thank you again for hanging out with Mr. C. And also to Mr. C, thank you so much for being a part of this show. I'm very grateful, and I'm very appreciative of your participation of this show and the growth of this channel as well. So, as I let you guys go, always remember to be kind to one another. And if an opportunity ever presents itself to pick somebody up, please do so. Don't do it for the reasons of being vain. Rather, you should be doing them because it's the right thing to do, and you'd probably want to be treated the same way if you were down on your luck. So, with all that being said,
the bar is now closed.
but wonder if I'm under a spell. It's more than a passing notion. I've never fallen with such devotion. I can't help but wonder if it's only a dream. Am I naive or can I believe that things are really as they seem? Can anyone explain it? How to understand what's true? I know I just can't tame it. Whenever I'm with you, I can't help but wonder if you wonder about me. 'Cause lately I can't help but wonder how wonderful this might be. Can anyone explain it? How to understand what's true? I know I just can't take it. Whenever I'm with you, but wonder if you wonder about me. 'Cause lately I can't help but wonder how wonderful this might be. 'Cause lately I can't help but wonder how wonderful this might be.